What is up, Astros fans? Just a quick Friday update with your boy Jeff Balke. By the way, thank you to the YouTube commenter who mentioned that I always say H-Town at the beginning of podcasts. What's up, H-Town? Not really thinking about the fact that there are Astros fans all over the world. We have people listening in France and Australia and Germany and Burkina Faso, maybe. I don't know. But we do have people listening all over the place. So you're right about that. And so I'm going to switch that from H-Town going forward to saying, what's up, Astros fans, which I think is more appropriate. So appreciate that comment. Spring is sprung. Astros are back in the thick of training camp. The first spring training games are this weekend. The first one actually tomorrow on Saturday. I'm recording this Friday morning around 11 a.m. We have our pitching matchups, or at least our starting pitchers for the Astros this weekend. Blanco starts the opener versus the Nationals. That is in the team's park that they share in sunny Palm Beach. Blanco is not a guy we've really talked about very much this season. We talked about him a little bit before last season. He had some injury issues and wasn't pitching great, was kind of sent down. This is a guy who has the potential to bring some long relief into the bullpen, maybe even a spot start. So a guy just to kind of keep your eye on. I'm not saying Blanco is going to come in and blow everybody away. He's been in the system for quite a while. I think he's closing in on 30. I can't remember his exact age, but he's a guy the Astros still think pretty highly of, and he is a guy that certainly has a potential to pitch in relief. You know, they kept him kind of stretched out. I think that's why they're starting him. I think they want to keep him stretched out to 3 or 4 innings, give him an opportunity to maybe see spot duty as a piggyback starter or something like that if they need him for injury purposes, and then also maybe some long relief out of the bullpen at times. So I think just anytime you have, as Dana Brown is fond of saying, you can never have too many arms. And Blanco still has some good stuff. So I think that's good. So on Sunday, there'll be a split squad games. Hunter Brown and Brandon Bielak will do those against the Cardinals and the Mets, respectively. Our first shot at seeing Hunter Brown outside of batting practice. Bielak is an interesting one because we don't know, he's kind of bounced around. He's not a guy who you can think about as an everyday, as even maybe a top 5 starter. But he is a guy that is positioned to perhaps have a relief role. I mean, we've talked about that having, we know who our final 3 relievers are going to be. If a guy like Bielak can, get some control and have good stuff, maybe he can come in and give them some of that relief pitching that they're going to need outside of their final 3 of Abreu, Presley, and Hader. So we'll see. And they're very interested to see what relievers we'll see this weekend as well. Finally, on Monday, we get our debut look at prospect Spencer Arrighetti against the Tigers. I'm kind of excited to see Arrighetti pitch. I've never actually seen him pitch outside of just videos on YouTube and that sort of thing. So I'm excited to see what he can do in a few innings of work out there. Is he going to make a move to move up to the big leagues this year, or is he going to be in AAA? I think we'll see him this year at some point. I'm not sure we'll see him right out of the gate. Also, JP France back pitching on the mound. That's always good news when one of your pitchers who was a little behind is now starting to catch up. Also, really interesting article out there. I think it's Brian McTaggart wrote about how the Astros are looking to be more aggressive on the base pass this year. This is a year where, the league is now enforcing the no blocking rule on the bases much more harshly. So I think, and then of course with the new rules and the pitch clock and all that, steals are going to be up, I think, again, as they were dramatically last year, and the Astros are trying to get in on that. So good for them. Oh yeah, also, by the way, the pants that Nike designed for the new uniforms this year are see-through. So there's that. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me on this quick Friday update. I will be back next week. I'll have another guest host with me. Not going to say who it is quite yet. I'm efforting to get that squared away. But we'll have another guest host with me next week. So please check me out on Twitter and on Instagram at Jeff Balke, at Believe in Astros, and of course on YouTube. Please subscribe. Thanks so much, everybody, for listening. I will talk to you next week. And as always, go Astros.